3 rings for the elven kings under the sky, 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone, 9 for mortal men doomed to die, 1 for the dark lord on his dark throne, in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them all, 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them, in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. Welcome to Tales of Arda, where we discuss and explore Middle-earth. This video is chosen because today is March 25th, which is Lord of the Rings Day, and the date when the One Ring was destroyed. First, we will discuss all of the different names that are given to the One Ring. In Black speech, it is referred to as Ashnazg. It could also be known as a ruling ring because it had power over all the other rings. Sam uses the expression Isildur's Bane while telling Faramir about their quest. This was due to the ring causing Isildur's downfall. These are the main things that the ring can be referred to as, but there are plenty more. Now I will explain the ring's history. In the Second Age, Sauron wanted to take control in Middle-earth. To do this, he shapeshifted into a fair-seeming elf lord called Annatar, the Lord of Gifts, and offered his knowledge to the elves of Eregion. However, the wiser elves like Galadriel, Gil-galad or Círdan the Shipwright did not trust Annatar, so they rejected him entry to their land and counselled others to do the same. Celebrimbor, however, saw that he could learn much from Annatar, so he took him as his teacher. Sauron taught the elves of Eregion, who were ruled by Celebrimbor, all about ringcraft. Then Sauron instructed them to forge 19 rings of power for the race of men, elves and dwarves. And in secret he forged another ring, and this was made to rule all the others. It could only be destroyed where it was made, in Orodruin, or Mount Doom. Then Sauron revealed himself openly in Barad-dûr. Then finding out that Celebrimbor had forged 3 rings without Sauron's knowing. At some point here, Sauron gave the rings to men and dwarves. In some versions of the story, Celebrimbor gives one of the dwarven rings personally to Doran III. Although this was a cool idea, it wouldn't work and fit into the law. Sauron's idea of overpowering the owner of a ring didn't work out, because the elves who had the rings realized Sauron's presence and took them off, and the dwarves proved hardy and stubborn to tame. Men became powerful rulers in their clans, but one by one they fell into the darkness, and became the ring-wraiths, or Nazgûl in Black speech. Then Sauron waged war upon the elves of Middle-earth. This war was named the War of the Elves and Sauron. Celebrimbor was killed during this time. Sauron kept his ring with him up until 3729 of the Second Age. This was the date of the War of the Last Alliance. Elendil allied himself with Gil-galad, and together they marched their forces to Mordor and fought a battle for peace in Middle-earth. Gil-galad and Elendil duelled Sauron. They fought fiercely and were close to defeating him, but the Maiar had the mastery. This is when Isildur cuts the ring off Sauron's finger with a broken blade of Narsil. Although Gil-galad and Elendil perished, Isildur survived. Then Elrond, Lord of Rivendell, and Círdan the Shipwright urged Isildur to cast it into the fire, for they knew that this was the only one place it could be destroyed. But the ring had already tamed Isildur, and he refused to destroy the ring, and so he kept the ring for the rest of his life, until it ultimately caused his downfall. Then the ring was found by Gollum, or formerly known as Smeagol. He kept and treasured it greatly, calling it his precious. The ring greatly increased Gollum's life, but also taught it his soul, and in his cave he talked to it. When Bilbo took the ring during the quest of Erebor, Gollum decided to leave his cave and search Middle-earth for his precious. And the ring stayed safely in Bag End with Bilbo until the late Third Age, when it awoke and decided to go back to its real owner, Sauron. Now the following events are very well known, so I will only quickly summarize them. The ring went to Frodo, and he took it to Rivendell. Then, from Rivendell, it journeyed with the Fellowship through Moria and Lothlorien. During this time, Boromir felt the urge to take the ring, and it was calling him, a powerful force pulling him towards it. Then the Fellowship split up, and the ring stayed with Frodo. It went to the Emyn Muil and through the Dead Marshes, until it finally reached Mordor. There, the two brave hobbits took it to Mount Doom, and when Gollum tripped while dancing, it fell deep inside the mountain. Now I will explain the ring's abilities. When Sauron forged the ring, he put a lot of his own power into it, so the ring has many abilities. The ring can turn wearers invisible, although this is not the case with Sauron. This is because this was not necessary, because most of the time he was not involved in battles. It can also extend lifespans. One ring can put on its own will to the bearer. I believe that the One Ring sort of has a mind of its own, but is also loyal to Sauron. Its one goal is to return to Sauron, and by cunning ways it tames the mind of men who are weak. I also think that Sauron put a lot of power into the ring, and it was kind of like part of him, and Sauron also felt an urge to have it again. What do you think? Does the ring also tame and attract Sauron, or does he just want it? Thank you so much for watching, and happy Lord of the Rings Day. As always, like and subscribe, it will help the channel out massively.